25 minutes later.
Tú quieres ser mi amigo, no puedo estar contigo, porque cuando te di mi pobre corazón, tú lo dejaste ir. Cuando llamaste ayer, la voz de una mujer exigiéndote me hizo comprender que sigue siendo el mismo. Y tú no sabes el dolor que llevo dentro del corazón. No puedo ser tu amiga, no importa lo que digas, porque cuando te di mi pobre corazón, tú lo dejaste ir. Y tú no sabes el dolor que llevo dentro del corazón, porque cuando te quise a ti, tú me dejaste ir. Ser tu amiga, no importa lo que digas, porque cuando te di mi pobre corazón, tú lo dejaste ir. Qué bueno que te has ido, enemigo, pero recuerda bien que aquel que siempre da recibirá lo mismo, recibirá lo mismo, recibirá lo mismo. Recibirá lo mismo.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Charge.
I feel like I need a bread.
Okay.
Welcome on a rainy hump day.
Hey, good morning to Frank.
It's funny, he only plays
Hump day.
he only plays that song when the Mets lose. They lost yesterday, 4-2.
The Heat lost too.
Yeah, the Heat have one more chance, or they're eliminated on Friday, which I think they lose. But I don't care about the Heat. But every time the Mets lose, he plays his game. He plays his
Is
music.
that why you're so wonky today?
I'm not wonky. I did lots of stuff.
You're all over the. You know what started? Freddie said, I'm doing this. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Come in here. Freddie goes, why isn't she in there? Because it didn't make any sense. And you got them back in there again.
First of all, I was trying to explain to you, Lucy, what I was doing, and you walk away. So all of them in there now say she walked away. Then she comes back, what are you doing? Well, if you had stayed, I would have explained, you know?
My attention span is like this.
You have no attention span. It has disintegrated down to zippo. Wow.
How many things I got going on?
You have a lot of things going on?
I got this
I got
and
a
this.
tutorial going on in there. They are putting together a package.
But it's your timing of it that I don't understand.
Because I needed them to do it now.
But we should have done it an hour ago.
We couldn't.
Why?
Because you had
Royce teaching
Hot Wheels
Karen.
over here
Yeah.
teaching Karen. And
Hot Wheels
Karen's
is
the
teaching
one-
editing.
Yeah, and she's the one being interviewed to do this whole piece that I done. And I gave her a little time for
Hot Wheels.
I gave her a little time for Elsie to learn what she was doing.
Who's Elsie?
Or whatever her name. Lisa. What is her name?
Elisa?
I ain't gonna remember that.
Elsie. Sorrow.
And then Gio gets on the phone with Texas and Joshua. And they change everything because of verbiage. So today's theme is about communicating.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have a show today is going to be communicating about love at 3 o'clock.
Wisdom.
The Wisdom Cafe. But the funny thing is that if I call something a magazine, they know it, the millennials know it as a website.
No.
Don't say no.
A website is a website. A magazine
No,
is a
you
magazine.
see, you weren't in the conversation because you stood there, and as I tried to elegantly explain it, Lucy, you walked out the room.
But Josh explained it to me.
No. Josh and I came to an agreement to disagree. One thing is called
That it's a
something.
website.
That's in his
The
world.
articles go on the website.
That's in his world.
And
the crowd goes
A deck
wild.
is a desktop.
That's right.
A website is a website.
Okay, so if I have a client that is willing to invest money into a magazine, you think I'm going to change it to a website?
Is a
That's like-
magazine printed?
And
Is
look
it
at
an
this.
online magazine?
It's going to be.
Or is it a website?
It's going to be a magazine, not a website. You want a website, go next door
But
to
your
put your freedom on
son
wheels.
says it's a website.
Forget about my son. He doesn't understand the salesmanship of it.
Can I complicate it for you a little bit?
Yeah, well, why not?
Here's the amp2.tv website, and within that you have a tab that says online magazine, and then that populates your magazine.
Anybody
Format.
remember the show Seinfeld?
He's so crazy right now. He can't even get
You're driving me nuts. I'm going to replace you with Hot Wheels.
Hot
You
Wheels.
remember Seinfeld, the show?
Yes.
Okay. What channel was Seinfeld on?
NBC.
NBC. NBC is the network. Seinfeld is the show.
Yes.
The network is bigger than Seinfeld. Oh, but is it? Because Seinfeld was rated #1 for 20 years. But NBC, if you add up all the shows they do, is still bigger than Seinfeld.
But was
So-
it a magazine?
Time out.
Or a website or a TV
hold
show.
on a second. The TV show was a TV show.
Correct.
NBC had a list of TV shows in a magazine that explained every show.
What kind of magazine?
Something you read. It's a magazine. It could be in print. It could be in computer. It could be smoke signals for all I care. But the object of the aim, I have a company in England that is interested in taking the cafe because of the network over there. Now Roku, our Roku channel right now is over there. That's how they found us. And they said, you know something, this is pretty good. So how would you like to see 25 Roku channels on the AMP Media Network, AMP Square Media Network, or TV Network? Whatever the hell you want to call it. 25 of them. Every show including the gentleman that's in studio, is going to be on it.
Then you're NBC
Yes.
and I'm Seinfeld.
Yes.
Got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Mrs. Butchergaloob over here wants to confuse me because
No.
the cafe is Seinfeld.
Yes.
You're Seinfeld. Sally's Seinfeld. All this is the Seinfeld.
shows, correct.
And I'm putting it in a magazine, which I call a jacket, but I'm putting it in this magazine because I want the European
jacket.
market to infiltrate, give me their followers to meet my followers. So now I got a whole bunch of followers in one area of a magazine, which is easier to explain than saying a website. That's like saying podcasts and radio. Which is bigger? Who's Seinfeld and who's the network?
No, it's two different things.
Is it? A
Yeah.
podcast is an audio hello website.
No.
Yes?
A podcast is an episode of a show that you can listen to anytime
Does it have
you
to
want.
be a show? I could go on podcast right now, tell them how upset I am
So,
that Donald
but it's
Trump
an
is alive.
episode of something that you listen to.
It's an episode, but it's not on radio. Real radio. What do you call it? Terrestrial.
Terrestrial.
Terrestrial. I tried to look
Like
up, by the
E.T.
way.
Terrestrial.
radio.
No,
95.3. Those are oldies. Is terrestrial. As you go in your
Terrestrial.
car, I can't hear a podcast in my car. Even iHeart doesn't have it in your car.
Well,
and iHeart is
you can
big.
hear a podcast in your car if you have like
On your
Sirius
phone.
XM or
Correct.
something.
But that's
like
your
that.
phone
Right.
going to your car.
Yes.
I'm talking about, does it go
The radio.
on your car? That's right. There is the difference.
Arthur Tassinello, host of Wisdom Cafe, is in the house. We've got artist Lola Angelini in the house. I have to say, totally changed the energy of this whole wall today.
Lola. All she did was drive me insane because I have all this pent up energy.
Not actually, she's been very calm. It's just been you that's been
look at
running
these-
around.
That because of you. And then I turn off the lights because I love Lola's art, and I wanted to put strobe lights and stuff on it. Turn on the light.
The nebulous.
Turn on the light. This is doing. Turn on the light.
I don't know, signing contracts in the dark.
Yeah, so what? Now I gotta tell you, you see, I'm gonna tell you something.
There's
My friend, I am so, I don't know what to say. I want to cry because I've been looking for this for 3 days. But I know I left one here. Dawn, where is it?
one zone.
In the Dawn Zone. So she put it in your book.
It's a bookmark. That's not a
Sure, I'm gonna lose
magazine
it.
or a flyer. That's a bookmark.
I've been looking for this for 3 days. Because in this publication of the Coffee News is where we're going to put the Cafe Press in here. Because somebody's face, where is it? Where is your
It's
face?
there somewhere.
It's in here. Oh, right here. It's right here. When you circle this, you'll be able to read the Cafe Press is going to be adjoining this. So I'm trying to explain to the new producers what I'm trying to do. Oh no, we gave all these out. We have no more. It's got to be one.
You? I saved it in Arthur's book. Happy 56 is all I can tell you. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Exactly,
That's
Frank.
right,
That's
Frank.
great. I like that.
I like that. Lola.
So on that note,
So this book, I was looking at it, and this is the book that inspired me to do all of this. The problem is, and I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get everybody involved in my idea. And I was talking
to
to
Karen.
the Wisdom Cafe man over here, and we were talking about how some people can see things in 400 different colors. And some people can only see things in 2 colors. And those 2 people to have a conversation, sometimes it becomes a little tricky. Because I'm trying to show you what I'm
Coffee
looking for. And then they go in the Dawn Zone and they tell me, we have no more. We have no more. Yes, we have one somewhere because I know I hit one. We have no more. Don't give them all out. We have no more. So now I'm
I
going to
hid
call
one.
Joey and complain.
That we only had one left.
And I don't want you touching this.
You can tell Karen we had no more. This has been going on all day looking for this,
I
by
have
the
an
way.
idea. Why don't you take that and scan it and put it on the computer? Then it becomes a website.
No, because Joe
it becomes a
better
website.
bring. Of course, that's a website.
That's the landing page.
No, I'm gonna make it a magazine. Do you know that this is a website? Oh no, hold on, it's a magazine. Hold on, it's a website. Hold on, it's a newsletter. Hold on, it's Geo. Put Geo's face in there.
And if there's a QR code, you can get it on your phone.
I'm exhausted.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, let's talk hump day. It's Wisdom Wednesday at the Wisdom Cafe and the Brooklyn Cafe. We've got Art, we've got Karen, Latin Hustle, and a whole new crew of producers. So give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Are you
compromising your medical care for doctors out of your network? Are you tired of dealing with referrals to see a specialist? Are you aware that you can save up to $155 a month on your Medicare premiums? You need an all-in-one benefits company that can help with all of your Medicare plan needs. Call today, All-in-One Benefits Group at 954-614-5488. We're here to find an all-in-one plan for you. 954-614-5488. Call today for open enrollment.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Away from negative and
I love that song. You know why I like that song?
Positive direction.
Because of the next segment we're going to be bringing up on the air, which is the Wisdom Cafe. He has a similar problem to what we have.
Which is?
People are asking if he serves, what kind of sandwiches he serves.
I know. Someone asked me if he's a real cafe.
Yep.
He serves up wisdom. He serves up hope. He serves up love.
I told him he serves a love sandwich. And I got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the Popeye thing again? Wait, watch it.
Popeye the Sailor. Remember how
I'm going to have Royce edit that out again for tomorrow.
But remember how Popeye ate spinach? He didn't put it to his mouth.
How do you do it?
He used to squeeze the can and he used to
Do
go
that
in the
again?
air. And I already did it 6 times. My throat hurts. But you know, you get my drift. Make it different. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, Arthur's in here, the author of this book.
I tell you, Arthur is a great sport. Arthur Tassinello. He comes on last Wednesday, and we had a computer shutdown. So we moved him, and it wasn't it was the computer. The whole system shut down, and he went with the flow. Then he came back on Friday, and we had no AC. So 3rd time's a charm. He's back today. We're going to do an hour special starting at 3 o'clock.
Do you notice every time he's here, something gets messed up?
I don't know. Right now, I think we're in a good flow.
He's moving the flow. He's taking all of the evil spirits out the door. Look at the doors. Are the doors open?
Yeah. Nobody knows about that, though.
Those doors are closed until he showed up today. That's all I'm saying.
The angels live up there. They open by themselves.
Like he's laughing.
The doors up there at the top.
Oh, wow.
They open and close.
They open and close by themselves.
We have to invite them in.
Always.
No, they invite us in.
There you go. Okay.
It's the other way around.
They pretty much say, this is what your day's going to be like, and we're here today, so.
I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to scare Lola out of here.
It freaks Josh out, by the way.
Yeah, Josh is in the bathroom hiding.
We need Frank is what it is. So we've got Arthur Tassinello, host of Wisdom Cafe. Let everyone know what's today's show about.
So today's show, let's see, Lynn will be back.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about your why. Whatever your why is, maybe you can learn what your why is from Lynn. Supposedly there's 9 different whys. I wasn't aware of that. I'm used to Simon Sinek, who just talks about find your why, and I'm thinking, well, there's only one why, and maybe everybody has the same one, but apparently not. But the other thing is we still want to concentrate on what is love?
What is
love really? I like to talk to the young folk because I remember when I was young, love was really lust. That's what love was, right? But you
I'm
called
sorry,
it
did
love.
that change?
No, it's not. No, it hasn't changed. no.
Such a guy.
That has not changed. It's more of a guy thing.
Thank you very
Hold
much.
on. You know, wait a minute.
Boy
wait a minute.
brain.
Hold
Thank you.
on. No.
Thank you.
But where is the lust after? We don't lust by ourselves. There are women participating in this.
Oh,
Yeah, but then
yes,
we go
they
into
do.
the
What the hell was that?
That was our producer.
There's like noises coming out of the walls here. What was that?
That was our
The
producer.
angel was like, I don't know.
That was our virtual
All I'm saying is
hosting.
that, guys, we get a bum rap. We don't do things alone,
No, but then women progress to the other L word.
There we go, the progress.
And then you guys are still at the first lust word, and we've moved down to the other L word, and that's when things all get kind of funky.
There's
So
another-
if you're younger out there, remember that as when you look at somebody and you go, wow, I love her, you're really lusting after her. I'm sorry if that's a wake-up call for you, but that is the truth.
You say
you have to get to know somebody. You can love somebody from afar. You can love people in general because you want good things for them. But when you say that you love somebody, like you're giving them your heart, then you have to realize that you really have to get to know them and love who they are as a person, not just what they look like.
Do you think people fall out of love or fall out of lust, or it just changes?
It just changes.
How the hell do you fall out of lust?
Yeah.
You fall into lust, you fall out of lust.
What do you think?
Lust is a physical attraction.
Yeah, that's just a body thing, right?
That's a body. Go for it.
I was thinking that because it's like when you're younger, you're so like excited to be with somebody, like at the
It's
That's
like
love or lust?
I think that's lust because it's you're looking at something like the candy at a candy store for the first time, and you're like, oh, yeah, and then all of a sudden after time goes by, things start dissipating. There's not the same attraction.
Well,
or
I got
lust.
a question. I got a question for you guys. Are more babies made out of lust or out of love?
Do you think somebody can actually answer that question?
If you're truthful, you know the real answer. And
Well,
that's
how many
the
babies
scary
are
thing.
born out of lust? Because
When
when you're young,
a trillion.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, trillion.
Yes.
But do we make more children out of lust or love? I mean, think about that.
All I knew is I wanted to have a kid, and then I had a kid.
That's love.
No,
goes
that
in-
was I wanted to have a kid. I wanted to be a mom. That wasn't anything.
That's
that
love.
was I wanted a child, then I wanted another child. It
But
just
that's love. That ain't
But-
lust.
why is that love? That was I wanted a child.
Yeah, but
Love
you
for
made
a
it out of
child?
love. You didn't make it out of lust. You and Chuck were married.
Well, no, then you're looking all right. Then it's this
It's not
day.
Chuck's kid?
It's Chuck's. Oh, he begs to differ on the second one. He'll tell you that story. But he's always like, "Is that one really mine?" I'm like, yeah, that one's yours. But your schedule, it's planned. That's like with my birth certificate.
My head is going to explode.
Yeah, both my kids are to have the same parents. Yes.
I was the only one born with blue eyes, so everybody used to make fun of me. You're not your dad's kid.
Was that the
And
milkman?
Yeah, that I grew up knowing him, looking for him. Are you my dad?
But it's like the word shalom. It's got so many meanings.
Yes.
Love is the same way.
Yeah,
It's not
love
just
does
a
have lot of
romantic
meanings.
love.
You're absolutely correct. Right. Love has a lot of meanings. We're going to try and dissect that a little bit today on the show.
You're
And
going to dissect love? That's like
think-
watching children born.
So we cut it up one at a time. We take the L, and we look at the O, and I'm just joking with you with the V and the E. So
Is L for the way you look at me?
Thank you.
wow.
And O is for the only one I see.
Very good.
And she sings, by the way. She can sing that on your show.
Love is all that I can give.
We're going to get to that. You know what? Let's
you.
set that up in the next commercial break. You'll sing. But isn't it amazing that you can actually, if you can get love into any sentence, if you can talk about it in any direction, this is a conversation we have with Kenny Love every Friday, it doesn't matter. As long as you can talk about it, because right now the only word out there they're talking about is hate.
Isn't that-
Anti-love.
So that is very interesting, isn't it? Why is it that we seem to be able to say that we hate something, but we don't love someone? I hate that person, but you really don't love that person. Hate is prevalent, unfortunately. But we have this part of us that really loves. We talked about this a week ago or so, right? I love my car, I love my shoes, I love my house. I love all these objects, all this material stuff. But when it comes to loving a person, we find it difficult. That's the thing that we should be loving more than anything else. We should be loving each other.
And loving yourself, right?
But you
That's
know,
the first thing.
why it's so difficult? Because if you can't love yourself, how the hell a car ain't gonna love you back, but a person will, and that scares people. It scares people.
Yeah, maybe.
You ever seen that movie where the girl wants to get married, and they make movies about how the guy don't? Guy don't want to get married. What are you, crazy? That's all based on. I can say love to a car, but I can't say love to a person because they're gonna love me back. And then what do? Then you feel you're on the clock. Well, I have to show her I love her. So when she asks for a glass of water and you bring it, she says, I wasn't asking for a glass of water, but that's what you said. That's not what I mean.
I just need you to show up.
Can we get back to now communication?
Isn't that the truth?
Yes.
My goodness gracious, God taught me a lesson today. I said one thing and it was misunderstood across everybody.
But we know
Communication.
that's the Freddie said thing. But the opposite of love, I don't think, is hate. Someone said the opposite of love is apathy.
I'd have to think about that.
Apathy.
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
Explain that.
Yeah.
Because it's not that it's not love versus hate. It's love versus just not caring.
Wow. That's going to the deep end of the
I don't
pool.
know. I don't know if anyone believes that or not believe. I don't know what the opposite of love is.
You ever get into an argument and the person tells you, there are times that I hate you?
Sure.
You ever hear that?
Yeah, but I can't even use that word on.
But
to me, that is one of the harshest words
It
you could
is.
probably use
Right.
in the English language. Is that word?
We really misuse it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We misuse it because it's really that I don't like what you did, but we automatically go to the hate word, which is the worst word that you could use.
But is that a
I'd
defense?
rather say go F yourself than I hate you.
But is I hate you a defense mechanism because they're so upset? What were you going to say, Karen?
I was gonna say, like, why are nowadays you see even little children are bullies and mean, and you know, it's not just adults. It's starting in our kids, and
Because they're learning it.
yes, and unfortunately, this behavior is being copied by a lot of people because, like, look at the shootings. One person shoots, then there's all these other shootings happening, and just things that are like or out of the ordinary because there's no love. It's unfortunately this world has become a lot more hateful or negative than positive.
You know, it's interesting.
And I talked to Lola today about energy. To me, that word hate, even just to say it, it's like this dark, low energy vibration. If you think it, feel it, what it brings you down. But love is a higher, colorful, to me, feeling of a vibration, right? It's a difference of frequency. It's not the same but they're both 4-letter words. So it's not even the syllables, but yet the energy, the vibration on it is so different.
You know, I want to bring...
It's lighter.
I want to bring Lola into the conversation because her colors, which we've put up on the wall, you got to come to the studio to see it. I mean, they're vibrant, they're colorful, they're beautiful, which raises the bar on Lola. And I think Lola is French for love. I got to look that up. But your bar now raises because when you have this kind of vibration, then all of a sudden you must be a very loving person. Is that true?
So all my art is about metaphysics, spirituality, cosmos, and I believe in energy. We live in a world of different energies, and we just discuss every energy has its frequency, like the word love versus the word hate. However you use your words, whatever you do, everything has its frequency. When you feel highest frequency, you feel joy, happiness, love, freedom. And this is the tool of magic. So the reason so much hatred and lack of empathy or compassion in the world, I think, because I don't want to go into the rabbit hole, but it's designed by the system, by the matrix, to pull you into this negative state of mind to keep you kind of enslaved. So my paintings is all about positive energy and highest frequency. I talk about oneness, about how we're all interconnected. If for example, people begin to understand the concept of oneness, how can you hate? Like, we are all one organism, divine consciousness. And let's say Arthur is my arm. How can I hate my arm? How can I hate Arthur because he did something wrong to me? He is part of me. So if people understand the concept of oneness, we will stop, we will contemplate before we react.
But what about people who don't know you? What about people who don't know who you are? And then they discover your artwork, and then you may feel that way. Here it is again saying, I love you to a car. Now here comes, I love you back coming. And this is one of the things I tried to explain to Kenny. People have to learn to love themselves, right? Before they can love anything else. So is that the real magic? And then you use the word lust and love. I mean, you're going in the deep end of the pool here on the real deal of what's going on.
Well, we don't want to drown ourselves.
True
So
that.
let's swim a little here for a minute. I love what Lola said about oneness. That is the truth. Yeah, we have found more ways to divide ourselves, and unfortunately, that a lot of that comes from the news, because it's I used to live in Manhattan. Lola used to live in Manhattan. There was a point in Manhattan where my block was even better than your block. So it became my block is better, then my city's better than your city, then my state's better than your state, and then my country's better than your country. And then it's my religion is better than your religion. And it's all of these things that we want. We want to feel like we're part of a group. And if we don't feel like we're part of the whole world, then we divide ourselves because my group is better. Right? I'm better in some way. I'm always trying to elevate myself to be better than you. When in reality, we're all just doing different things. We're all just being different people. And that's the beauty of the world, that we can all, if we didn't have all the differences between us and different ways that we think, nothing different would be created. We wouldn't have a wheel, and we wouldn't have a chair, and we wouldn't have different shoes and all of these things. It's the creativity of our minds that we are blessed with, that we can do all these different things. And that doesn't mean that somebody is better than somebody else because of what they created.
But then that goes to judgment.
Absolutely.
You can be different and we accept differences, but when
Right.
you don't accept differences, then it's judgment.
Right.
And why do we have to be better? Why is it that one has to be better than the other? Why can't we just be people doing a better job?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever happened to, being a team, and you have talents and you have talents, and it's like putting both your talents together and making something big is beautiful, because you both accept each other how you are and you're using your talents.
And I have to tell you, it's why I love our crew so much. Last night they went to FAU to do whatever they were doing, and they sent us a video 4 o'clock this morning of them playing ping pong. But they all came in as individuals into the studio. But then yesterday, they became a team. And just having fun and just getting along. And then Royce teaching you how to edit, and Josh teaching Shay how to do sound, and Zaria taking care of our HR. And Kate, they become collective as a team, right? We're strong. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts is always my favorite saying. But no judgment.
Exactly. How do you fix this, right? As a
How do we
guy,
fix it globally?
As a guy, I always want to fix things. I always wanted to do this. Like if somebody came to me with a problem, and sometimes instead of just listening, well, here's what you should do. Oh, I hate that "should" word, but anyway. Sometimes it just takes listening to somebody and hearing them and understanding them. And that's a big one, understanding them, really understanding them, allowing them to be who they are. I want you to allow me to be who I am. I want you to be who you are, because that's the wholeness of it. That's the beauty of it, because that's how you get to love yourself. Right? Not being shamed by anybody. We're a very complicated species.
Well, hold on, I got a question. So you meet somebody who's a bit young, and they don't know how to handle their insecurities. So they become a bull in a china closet. Mm-hmm. They're aggressive. They're very aggressive in trying to get their point across, in trying to get who they are to people that are. They're forcing the issue. Force. So when you say black, they say white. When you say green, they say another color. And you know what the issue is, because you got to give them time to develop, or you have to have a little talk, which may take time as well. Mm-hmm. So do you judge that person right off the bat and say, oh no, you got to go away because I can't deal with this? Mm-hmm. Or do you try working it to improve it?
Yeah, you know what? You're getting into psychology now. I'm not going there.
That's not. This is human.
But it's not love and happiness. It's really not this.
But if you show love, do you stay, or do you say goodbye because you're not going to show love?
I would just say, put out the love and listen. You don't have to really respond to any of that stuff, and you don't have to tell them, hey, this is the better way or anything like that. You don't have to do any of those things. Maybe sometimes it's just, yeah, okay, I get that. And maybe by your actions, right, down the road, an hour later, whatever it is, maybe by your actions, they see that, hey, this is a really nice person. I like the way they're acting. They're not dissing me in some way for how I feel and what I said. It is complicated. It's not easy because we all have this part of us that wants to be right.
Back to the right thing.
I have a question. For the people that are raised without love, some people don't know how to show love because their parents weren't affectionate, so they never gave hugs or kisses and never said I love you, and then they grow up and they're the same how their parents were. They don't give love, and it's like, why is it so difficult for people to love themselves like you love yourself for who you are and not with the baggage from the past?
The only way I can respond to that is I'll give you an example of my life. So I grew up with a very loving mom and a dad that was a workaholic. So he wasn't around a lot. I know he cared. I didn't really realize it then because he never took me anywhere. And if he did take me somewhere, it was to the club with his buddies where he could play cards and I could do whatever. So I never got to go to the ball games and all of these things. So I grew up with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. Sometimes it just takes time, without going through all the stages that I went through and everything. Sometimes it just takes time. When I finally got to that point when I realized that, you know what, he wasn't a bad guy. He was just doing the best he could with the knowledge that he had. That's the way he grew up with a dad that he didn't like. They didn't get along. And I have to tell you that I passed some of that on to my son early on because I was very young. So I did a lot of things wrong. But it was because, here's the key, it was because I was invested in me working through these things. Yeah. Nobody could throw it at me. Nobody could tell me it. Nobody could give it to me, even though there may have been some people that did that, which I didn't recognize. But it was only because I wanted to change that change happened. It's the only way that it happens.
And it's stopping that generational trauma drama.
Exactly.
And that's a big change.
Yeah.
We have more to talk about on this blistery
It's funny you bring that up. I went to work with my father when I was 9, and I had to leave at 5:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And the first time he didn't wake me up, he let me sleep. And I told him when he came home, I waited for him. I says, I'm going with you tomorrow because I wanted to learn who my father was. Mm-hmm. And I got to respect what he did and how he did it and the reasons that he did it. So my old man never took me to ball games. I had to find other ways to do that. I found it through Juji. I found it through my friends. I found it through school, different programs and everything else. But what it taught me working with him that summer was that if you want anything in life, you got to work for it. Mm-hmm. And you got to go get it. Now, I've been called a workaholic. I've been called a lot of different names. And I never took my kids to many ball games as I should have. So I coached them. I was on the field 6 out of 7 days. It drove Michelle crazy, but she never asked me why. And it was exactly what you just said. I was trying to fill the gaps of dad not taking me, and I didn't want to be that way. I wanted to have balance. I used to work day and night, try to take the kids to the field and everything else. And now that I'm older, I've come to the realization that if I can do a game, I should do a game. And it doesn't have to be my kid. My sons love going to the ball game, but it could be Josh, it could be any of you, it could be anybody. Let me take you to a game. But now I understand. Well, I didn't understand it until this moment, because he never did that. My father worked like a madman. Never took me to a ball game, never took me to a football game. I did all those things on my own, or I did it with my brother, or Juji, my cousin, who I spent a lot of time with.
So
and now I understand it.
I learned to be grateful, finally, for everything that my father did. Even the things I thought back then that I didn't like, because it taught me something. So he was the guy that often would say, he was a pretty good businessman, and he worked really hard, and he finally had his own business after working 2 jobs for a long time. But he often would come to me and say, you know, if I only invested in this, if I only had this partner, if I only blah, blah, blah. I walked away from the if only with, I'm not going to be the if only guy. So I take chances with just about everything, sometimes to my detriment. Doesn't always work out because I don't calculate it, because I don't want to be the person that said, if I only. I don't want to miss out. So there's things that happen in your life that you think are negative, but if you look at it, you hopefully learn something from that negative stuff, not just from the positive stuff. Life is complicated.
Yep, you got to learn from the negative
I
also.
love what he said. This is why I tell you, it's not chaos. It is controlled chaos. And I don't want to wait for tomorrow. I want to do it now. I'm on the clock. I want to get as much done as fast, right, wrong, or indifferent. And if it's wrong, I'll fix it as we go along. Simple. Do it now. Don't wait. I don't want to be the what if guy either. I should have, could have, would have.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, see what else we've got going on. What if and why not? Do it now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
Brand new shows, only on AMP2 TV. We have All-in-One Insurance, Latin Hustle con Karen, Meta Magazine Show, Pitch 2 Production, The Florida Love Show, The Sixth Borough, Meet the Experts, Reinvented Life, Lights in the Night, and The Hangout. Tune in so you don't miss these amazing new shows. Only on AMP2 TV.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome back to the show. I wanna send out a shout out to my friend Steve from New York Sound. Apparently Steve was not doing too well and he's in the hospital. He used all your prayers. When I talked to him after the show, see how things are going. I thought he had gotten better. He hasn't. And this is what happens when you're a diabetic and you have sugar and they operate. It is very, very, very difficult to rebound. And he's having a tough time. So prayers go out to him and his family. And Steve, if you're watching, I'm going to give you a holler in a little bit. So how'd you like that whole...
We're still having some communication discrepancies with your verbiage today.
So Lola, how are you? You know, it's called hump day because you know in the street they have those humps. And you have to slow down so you could drive over them.
It seems to
So
be the
here's
theme
my
today.
hump.
I'm your hump.
I thought I was very clear in my instruction. Apparently not. It's one of those things that I have to learn to communicate more clearly. I will use specific language.
Exactly.
I can't talk like that.
I know. It's okay. We keep going.
Apparently,
like,
I
is
don't
it
know what
clear?
the
If it's
hell
not
I'm
clear,
doing.
how can we explain this? What do you understand? Ask the other person, how did you understand what I just said? Or the other person say, you know, I'm not sure I understood that, or I'm not clear on that. Could you tell me again? Or tell them what you heard, and then they have the opportunity to say, no, that's not exactly what I meant. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah, but sometimes I ask you to take off your shoe and wave it. That's all I want you to do. The problem is not that. The problem is that people want to understand why.
Why you want them to do that.
That's the problem. See, they confuse what I'm saying and then blame me for not being clear. That's what happens because everybody wants to know the why, which is what you're going to be talking about a little bit.
It's different whys. You know, Lynn did our whys, and mine was a better way, and yours was conflict. But yeah, my second why was conflict, which is, I guess, why you and I get along so well.
Here we go.
Breaking news! At 3 p.m. today, please feel free to join us on Facebook for The Wisdom Cafe by Arthur Tassanello. He's going to be talking about all things spirituality, happiness, and peace. So please feel free to join us then.
Well,
She needs a bigger bell.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very
It's on
kind.
the table in Studio A.
There's one here, too. We'll get you a bell. Wisdom Cafe.
That's close to what I wanted, but okay. That's not exactly what I wanted, but okay.
It's close.
I wanted the drama.
It's
I
a
wanted
word. She's not dramatic, though.
But she can be.
You want her to be more
Yes,
dramatic?
I want drama. You come in and you go, Dawn, Freddie, breaking news. Absolutely. Listen, this girl says I can climb a ladder.
I'll hang that picture. I'll get on my...
She tells Josh, get out of the way. She tells Josh, get out of the way. You're not afraid of heights? No, wow, she can hang like a trampoline all over the place.
Josh was the carpenter today.
Yes.
He was, but he was scared to death. You should have seen the man went up, came down sweaty.
He did a nice job, though.
Excellent job. Excellent.
Lola, you like it? She sat back. She sat with me on the couch and she looked up. She says, I love the energy.
Yeah.
I love the purple. The nebula? Nebulous or nebula?
Color of ascension.
Well, tell us a little bit about the artworks that you have, Lola, that you have going on. Tell us a little bit more about what inspires you.
Okay, so these 5 paintings I selected based on, it's all about energy, spirituality, metaphysics. As I just mentioned earlier, it's everything in life is energy. Every human, every word, every action has an energy. Every person has operate on different frequencies. And back to your topic about misunderstandings, everybody is on different frequencies. So
it's not misunderstanding.
Freddie's on a whole nother frequency.
So back to my paintings. It's all about unity.
These are beautiful.
The orange one, yes, this one is, I titled it Rebirth. It represents sunrise and sunset. It's a beginning of the day. It's a cycles of life. Beginning of the day, end of the day, beginning of life, end of life, and so on. It's infinite.
Pops on the camera.
This one is ascension. And she's coming out, she's ascending, and you see her heart chakra is open, and she's connected to the source, which is above her, and she is blooming out of the lotus flower. In Eastern spirituality, lotus flower represent evolution of the human spirit. And a lotus flower is the most beautiful flower, and it grows in the muddy waters. And muddy waters can represent maybe human existence and stuff. But the flower and the spirit that evolves, I believe this is metaphorical to me of human life. I believe the purpose of life, it becomes spiritually awakened and to grow into your highest potential, into love, into compassion. And again, to segue into the conversation before about love, I feel like there is not enough compassion in people, and it connected to not knowing yourself. People don't. I believe the solution is to meditate, and my paintings are all contemplative in nature, very meditative, and every painting has a highest frequency. When you contemplate them, you begin to operate. They are kind of seeds that I plant into people's minds or subconsciousness. It can grow right away. It can bloom. It can bloom in 10 years. It can bloom in 10 lives. However, those are seeds. That's how I see it. And if people begin to meditate and be aligned with who they are within, if we stop our vision to focus on external screens that are bombarding us, politics, war, COVID, whatever it is, but rather look on your internal screen and really align your soul with who you are.
So is it fair to say that your colors are expression of how you feel that love should be, what it is?
They are, yes. Orange is happy color, purple is a spiritual color. The reason I selected this particular for these reasons, and I believe that everything comes from this, from heart chakra. And
I like what you said about your ascension piece, where the lotus flower grows in the muddy water, and you feel that's part of you. Because I think a lot of that muddy water, we're all in this muddy water, and can we grow through it? Can we bloom through it? And I don't want to say women because I can only speak for women. I'll let you guys talk about men. And can we actually blossom and grow and flourish and find our higher self through this muddy water. So maybe your ascension piece really resonates with many of us. All the noise and all the judgment and all the you can't do that we get growing up in life until we actually come out of this murkiness and say, but we can. And here we are.
It's a journey. We are all divine sparks and of oneness of the divine consciousness. And I believe that we are in this vehicle, our human physical body, to deliver us to the next point of our journey. And the ascension is, yes, to grow in love, grow and develop compassion, stop judging because we all one, and start respecting each other's timeline. Not everybody is going to be on the same timeline. Like I am not the same who I was yesterday.
So I was going to ask you
constantly evolving.
How did you become this Lola? Well, we know Arthur's story. We know Arthur had this conversation with God essentially and said, give me a second chance.
Became this Arthur.
And this spiritual giving back Arthur, he said, he recognized his father to him, to his son, and said, here's my second chance. What about you?
Well, I grew out of the muddy waters. And so I did a lot of, we just spoke to Arthur, a lot of careers I went through that were not aligned with who I am. And I felt like I'm betraying myself. I didn't know what's going on with me, but I was like, there is a spark inside of me that was whispering to me something, and it's just like grew loud and loud and loud until it became a roar. Like my earlier self-portraits were full of blood and stains and very dramatic, expressionistic, and that was reflecting my state of mind back then, let's say 10 years ago. And then when, again, I did a lot of work, I meditated a lot, and when you left alone with yourself, it's very important. In spirituality, they practice 10 days of Vipassana. Vipassana meaning away from everything. All the phones, people, just alone in nature in the forest somewhere. So you just meditate and be with yourself, because most of the time people don't know who they are. They live someone else's life just because on the screen they said that's what you want, that's what you want to be.
Hold your mic closer.
Or should be. So I think it's very important to find this center within yourself, and that's the key to evolution of the human spirit. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said all of that. I didn't really plan.
Well, I gotta tell you, to me, you are a walking canvas, because I look at how you are put together, and I look up there and I see you there. I mean, you live your art. You are your art. You take pictures with your art. We were talking about that in the back room, about how she's in front of it and she poses and everything else. But listening to you, I can hear your art. Is that strange?
Thank you.
Am I communicating incorrectly again?
No, because I understand you.
Oh, God help us all. but if you look at her and you look at her canvases, you can see she is in the canvas, right?
Yes.
It's like a combination of both. And then I was going to ask Karen, Latinos love color. You know, we dance to rhythm in music, right?
Yes.
Salsa, merengue,
Yes.
the whole thing. We dance, and Josh knows this because he's like 1/4 Puerto Rican or whatever. We dance to rhythm and music, and so when we see these things, it lights us up. There's a reason that I wanted to put it on the wall today, and I asked her, well, how fast can you do it? How fast? Well, give me a week. No, you got 3 days. Because the whole rhythm of what I'm looking at color, I'm surrounded by rhythm. This is a rhythm that you have, which is uniquely different. It come to life because you're telling us your story about all the things that you believe in. You are a reflection of your artwork. And all of it is for sale, ladies and gentlemen. If you come down here, you can buy all of it, take it home with you. It's an amazing aspect addition to what we do. I just wanted her to sort of explain in her own words what it's all about.
Well, I don't paint it to match somebody else's couch. I paint my soul. I put my soul on the canvas.
Well, they're going to put your soul on their couch. Kind of cool. Take
If it
Lola
matches
home.
the couch, it's okay, but I speak my soul.
Well, it's beautiful what Lola, how you said 10 years ago your paintings were different to now. Like looking at your paintings, there's so much life and light and beauty. So
Thank you.
it's
Harmony.
very
yeah.
nice.
I did my work, as Ortha mentioned. I have to dive within. I have to figure out what's going on with me, why I'm not in alignment, why I'm not living my life's purpose. And sometimes you have to make sacrifices, put some. Even the career that I had before made me a lot of money, but I said, no, I'm going to focus on this because that's what I want to do. And I hope this
What
will-
did you do before, Lola?
Oh my God. I've been like in 22, how many? Like a lot of.
She asked Arthur, how many jobs have I had?
Arthur, how many
22
jobs has she had?
professions.
She's had at least a dozen. I have at least 2 dozen.
Yeah. I was a stewardess, and I was dancer, model, then I was a salesperson, then I was a
Wait a minute.
financial
Wait.
advisor.
You were a stewardess
Stewardess, yeah.
on a plane?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
From where to where? What country?
That was in Russia.
Oh, you were flying around Russia?
No, I entered the State University, and that was a part of internship during the summer months. And I had a choice to be like a stewardess on the train, I don't know the name, attendant, or on the plane. There was no brainer. Of
closer to her
course,
mic.
I chose the flight attendant.
So you were on a plane?
Yeah, I chose to be a flight attendant, and that was like for a couple months. But that was a part of my journey. Yeah, so after that, there was many.
What's interesting is when we went to commercial break, Arthur and I were talking about it's not failure, right? Your past careers weren't failure. It just brought you to where you are today.
Yeah.
Failure to me is like the hate word. It's this like low vibration of nothing's a failure.
Oh, no.
We learn from it. It's part of our story and our journey. We may not choose to do it again, like when I was cleaning toilets and doing that other job you got me fired from. But it wasn't a failure. It got me to this next step.
And you still clean the toilet.
And I still clean the toilets.
I think it's in your DNA. I've had over
In my OCD, I don't
I've
know.
had over 2,229 jobs, but I didn't fail at them. I just got bored and wanted something else. I wanted something bigger, better, and more beautiful.
But there are people who have jobs and careers, and maybe they don't get the ROI or the money, and they think they failed. And I don't think anybody
I was trying. Okay.
fails. In my
That's
opinion, it's a learning experience.
So money is your. Is
I don't know.
your
It depends what people judge themselves with. It depends what they believe success is, and success is another high vibrational word. Failure is a low vibrational word, right? So whatever your version of or meaning of success is, you and I might have the same job, but what you believe is successful and what I believe is success might be two different
happens
things.
every day.
Exactly. But it's the same career that we have. But none of it's a failure. We learn
You learn
from every
you
bit
learn
of
from
it.
everything. I can draw stick figures and you can paint. Big difference.
You
Just
know,
depends on
like
what
to
you
me, seeing them out yesterday was a huge win, success in my heart. But does that change our business? Financially, no. But successfully, what we do here for our crew, to me, that was a huge win.
Of course, because you got
That's
them.
because you understand my brain. But to other people
But
in
you
the
don't
corporate world,
understand
that
mine.
wouldn't mean
I don't
a
get
success,
this.
right?
But
in
she doesn't
corporate
understand mine. I don't understand this whole thing. I'm very confused.
You
very
understand me? It's like Lola said, it's the other arm. Like, you are my other arm. You understand what this arm does and
How
what
many
this arm
arms you got?
does.
3? You know, the funny thing is that when we first started here, everything was blank. There was
It was
nothing
white,
on the walls.
yeah.
And I sat here one day and I said to her, okay, what are you going to do now? And she says, I don't know. I guess we'll get something on the wall. So I think we bought the very first one we brought with us, one piece. In this whole room, there was only one piece in Studio A. That's it. Now, I feel lost if I don't have this. She's energized me today. As you can tell, I'm talking too much. She's energized me. The color has energized me. It's brought me to another dimension today. So I'm moving pieces around, do this, do that, do. At the same time, like Karen, I was driving her crazy. I had her doing 4 things at one time.
I know.
But that is Lola's fault.
Is that what it is? That's the angels that open the door. I'm not quite sure what
Lola.
it is today. It's Lola.
Lola.
I love when you
energy.
add the lights, like moving lights. They're still here. It's so beautiful.
We're going to take a commercial break. More to come on our last segment of our midday. Wow, it went fast.
That's because you
25
started
minutes late.
12:30.
More to come on this hump day. And we'll be right back. Me? It wasn't me, it was you.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now, you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
If you served in the Marine Corps, by now you know about the contaminated water problem at Camp Lejeune. If you were stationed or worked at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, you probably have a lot of questions. We have some answers. You could be entitled to compensation. Billions of dollars are being allocated to pay for damages to anyone stationed at Camp Lejeune during that time. Unfortunately, it appears that officials may have known the contaminated water problem existed and did little to protect their men. The Semper Fi code was not honored. If you or someone in your family has developed a serious illness, including various forms of cancer, call this Camp Lejeune legal support line right now. You can't turn back the clock and change what happened, but you can certainly call right now and learn your rights as a Marine. Here's the number.
Call 855-993-2180. That's 855-993-2180. Again, 855-993-2180.
Come on down to the Brooklyn Cafe and enjoy our delicious 100% Arabica organic coffee. You can also tune into the Brooklyn Cafe show and have the chance to win a free bag. For more information on how to get your own bag, check us out at thebrooklyncafe.tv.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing. What's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Brooklyn Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought. You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You remember Batman?
Yeah.
And they used to spin things, and he used to go like this, and he used to say pow. And he used to go like this, just slap. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that with our artists. I'm gonna go like this.
I don't know what
like
these
this.
paintings have done to you, but you're on a whole nother level today.
Yeah.
I see that.
I don't disagree. I think, wow, I hear bells.
Breaking news, Speaking Spiritually with Sarah will be live and on air tonight at 6:30. Each week, she talks about different aspects of spirituality to spread her wisdom and encouragement. Make sure you tune in tonight to get your extra boost of confidence.
Wow.
You see, that is very cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bring it again.
And do it again with Michael.
Breaking news, Speaking Spiritually with Sarah will be live and on air tonight at 6:30. Each week, she speaks about a different aspect of spirituality to spread her wisdom and encouragement. Make sure you tune in tonight to get your extra boost of confidence.
Take two.
There we go.
And there you go. Nice job. Now everyone got to hear you.
Well, we almost got it right. Okay. That's all right. That's how you learn.
It's the learning curve of what we do.
Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Holy smokes.
And I see Karen's back there on the mic. You got Lola, Royce. It's
Karen's
raining.
gonna end the show on a song for us at
Cats
the
and
end.
dogs out there, I got to tell you.
But I wanna talk to Lola real quick and say, Lola, how do people find you and your artworks if they want stuff done? What's the website or phone number?
Website Lola-Angelini-Art.Square. Oh my God, I don't remember.
Lola, you and me, we're gonna have a little chit chat. It's gonna call Lola Punto, cause they're like, you know what? Just call us. We'll get you the art.
Lola's art is what I think we're going to end up doing. And then there's
Artist-
Magic Creations. It's a whole nother email there.
Smokes.
Magic Creations 2020. That's my email. And Lola Angelini Art Facebook page, which I'm not updating. Okay.
Just come here and see what we got.
Just come here and check it out because Lola, I'm very confused now.
And we've got the Wisdom Cafe. We're doing something special today, Arthur?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Okay.
Don't do that because they'll make you do it again.
Yes, we are.
What are we doing today?
Today, we're really going to kind of dive into the book a little bit.
Good.
And that first half hour or second half hour, whatever that winds up being. And certainly, again, we'll have Lynn on for a little bit about the why and talking about what is love. I
Isn't
don't know.
there a movie called What is Love? What is love?
You know, and then they've got the movie Friday Night with John Lennon and Yoko Ono about
It's this Friday.
night at
All
7:30.
of you are invited on me this Friday at the
Because you know what all you need is?
Movies of Del Rey. Yes, all
Love.
you need is love.
Do, 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 do.
Did I ever tell you that my father used to work right across the street from the Dakota Apartments where John Lennon lived? Did I ever tell you this?
I think you did.
And we were supposed to get an apartment there, and my father says, "Oh no, I can't." I mean, it's broken English. I can't live down here. I'm Puerto Rican. What am I going to do down here? And the landlord loved my father, loved me, and he was going to give us a cut rate for a 5-bedroom apartment for $1,200.
Wow.
Right in front of the Dakota.
What year was that?
It was when I was in college. Thank you very much. And my father said no. So I was going to take another apartment in the building, and that's when John Lennon got killed. I was down there seeing the apartment, and I said, you know what? Ain't moving down here. I'm staying in the South Bronx. There's less shooting over there than here. I'm staying over there.
But the Movies of Del Rey Friday night at 7:30.
7:30, yes.
First
And come
50
a little
people
early.
are Freddie's guests.
Come a little early. Come at 6 o'clock. We can hang out a little bit before the movies.
Is Johnny going to be there?
Johnny has an engagement. So I put Johnny on the air. He gets an engagement to do, and then he has a second engagement. He can't be there. And I'm not going to put him on the air no more.
He's good, though, Johnny Melnick.
Very good. And that was his music,
direction,
by the way.
Positive Direction by Johnny Melnick. But join us Friday at the Movies of Del Rey. Starts at 7:30. See the movie. Have some music, refreshments. First 50 tickets are on Freddie. So.
On me. You can't
Free
ask for
event,
better
so
than that.
come on out and
I
do
expect
that.
to see you there. And bring
Yes,
your partner.
of course.
And bring everybody.
Bring your sister.
Frank, bring everybody.
Yes, I can bring my sister.
Can you bring
No,
your
my
sister?
sister went up to the Villages.
Already?
So
Yeah.
tell
Oh,
her to come down from the village.
in fact, I'm going up there on Friday. I forgot about that. I apologize.
You can go Friday after the movie. It ain't going anywhere.
You know, Michelle Lander, she's in, she's out, she's staying for 3 months, and yet we never see her.
Lola, you're invited as well. Thank you. On Friday. Come down and let people take pictures with the famous. You ever seen the way she does pictures?
Whatever Lola wants,
Lola
Lola
gets.
gets. Is all I can
Isn't
say.
that a movie?
It's a song.
It's a song?
We should sing that.
That's going to be your theme song for your music.
I feel you need that sexy, seductive singer for that one.
Stop it, because and then I want a cigarette, and the
that
whole
goes back
conversation starts again.
Back to lust. And like,
Back to that
what's
again.
old is new again. and we come
Everywhere
full
this guy
circle.
go, he's Mr. Trouble. That's all I gotta tell you. You're Mr. Trouble, you know?
I do the best I can.
So we're
And
gonna
you're good
wrap.
at it.
We're gonna wrap up today's show with Karen. Karen's gonna take us out on this blustery, rainy day. And from what I understand, it is the end of Passover. So for all our family and friends that celebrate,
What do you say?
Rosie, what do we say? Hag Sameach. Happy Passovers.
Hugs who?
Hag.
Hag?
C-H-A-G. C-H-A-G. Hag Sameach. Hag Sameach to all of our friends that celebrate the last 2 days and 2 nights of Passover.
And Puerto Rican says, chévere.
And tune in today at 3 o'clock, Wisdom Cafe with Arthur Tassinello, and we will see you tomorrow on that cafe, 9 a.m. drive time. Karen, take it away.
It's for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.